Hello and welcome back to the Tom Lamb YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking around at this Vaderstad drill. Got it in. The whole reason I built this pit down here, if you've watched the pit videos, very good. The whole reason I built this pit was mainly to put this machine over, because if anyone's got one of these, you'll know they're a nightmare to work on because you just can't get underneath them. So we've backed it over the pit. We're going to get some discs, some coulters, and we're going to give it a bit of a birthday, a bit of a refurbishment. We're going to change some bearings. We're going to have a look through the hydraulic pipes. We're just going to go through it and make sure everything's right, really. So let's go and have a look. So if you can imagine, trying to get right under there to the middle, you can lift it up, but it doesn't go up that much more. It's a real pain, because what I used to have to do, well, when I changed the discs on the last one I had, I took like the rear rake off the back, and then I chained the drawbar up, and then I picked the whole thing up like that with a JCB. But it was okay, but it wasn't overly great, wasn't overly safe, but that was quite a long time ago now. So now we're going to do everything in the pit. So at the moment, I've got these are the wings. They're folded down. So I'm just going to look. We've got a few little frayed pipes on these hydraulic hoses, so we might as well just do them, because these ones aren't very long. They only go from like here to there. So we'll get them changed, and then we'll fold it back up so we can do the discs and coulters on the wings while stood here, and then everything underneath we'll be able to do from inside the pit. So this is probably one of the reasons why I built this pit, so we can do everything like this. So these are the discs we need to change, just here. They're not too bad, to be fair. There are a couple that just want doing, you see, like that one. But I just thought, let's just do the whole lot. So if anyone needs any discs or whatever, because these are all coming off, send me a message on Instagram or whatever, and give me a bit of a drink, and we could do a bit of a deal on them. Look at that, look, ordered at 5 o'clock last night. AgriLink have bought them 7 o'clock the next day, all the bits. Let's get these off the trailer. There we go. So these are the new discs, coulters, got some bearings, new rubbers, whatever. So this has all come from AgriLink at Bourne. They supply obviously everything you need to do Vaderstad refurbishments, or, you know, have a look on the website. I'll put the number and the link just here on the bottom of the screen. But they sell tons and tons of machinery, and they also ship worldwide as well. So I think this stuff actually comes from Germany, all this. So these are all the new coulter discs. So we've got 32 discs, 32 coulters for 4 metre. What we've got in here, all new nuts and bolts. We're literally redoing the whole lot, everything. New bearings. If the bearings are okay, we won't do them, but if they've got any play in them at all, we'll just redo the whole lot. We'll go get these over here now. This is Brooke. Brooke is from AgriLink. So thank you very much for your business. I always do plenty with you.
Absolutely. Finest quality coulters and discs here. Yeah,
lovely. We'll go and get them on. So the rear discs, these are the discs with the coulters on, just here like this. They're different to these ones here. These are the cultivation discs, and these ones are ever so slightly dished. Whereas these new ones here, these are the new discs just got out of that crate. If you can see the difference. Look, you can see how much wear those ones have had, whereas this one's a slightly newer disc. And it's not too bad, look. So yeah, we're gonna get these off. The problem with getting these off is, if you've got a impact gun like this one just here, you can't get it in, because look, all that's in the way. And it can be quite difficult unless you've got a really, really small one. So we've got one of these instead. One of these side little impact guns here. So I'm like, whoop, 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 whoop. Just make it easier. If you start one side and take them all off, you can get to it. But if you just want to take one off, you have to use something, or you have to use like a socket set, and it's can be quite difficult. Oh yeah, that one's that one wants a new bearing. This one here we can get to, because there's a bit of a gap, so we can use the impact gun for this one. Oh look, that one's a bearing doing. That one's all right. That one's all right. And we're not keeping any of these, we're having all new fittings. Off. Just got this Ryobi one instead, because the old air one seems to have given up or lost all its power. So that's off now. Fittings are out, which then exposes the bearing. This bit here is the seal. So the disc is actually the seal. So that's why, like, the actual bit of the disc there is just like dished in, and there's a bit of a rubber seal as well. And up here, it then leaves us with this. We can see that one's not very good, look. So there's a circlip just here we've got to remove. And then I've got some special tools to pull it off. And then, so there's a circlip just here. I'll pull that off, that's it. And then Vaderstad do a special tool, but I get these ones from AgriLink because they're exactly the same tools. Well, I can't remember if they're genuine or not. But this is like the bearing puller. So that just like slots over there like that. And then we'll tighten that up. And then that will just pull the whole bearing off, because usually on these ones, if you use like a big bearing puller, you can't get them in because there's not enough room. So they do like these little compact bearing pullers, which are great. And as easy as that, it pulls off. So there's a little seal behind there that we can change as well. Bit of string. Look, I think that's why the bearing's gone, because it's had a load of string go into it. So we'll give that a bit of a clean anyway. So this is the this is what's come off. This is like the hub of it. These don't usually need replacing. It's only usually the bearings inside. So I'll put it on the bench, like on the vise like that. We'll get this socket, and then hopefully, as easy as that, the bearing's knocked straight out. Just wants a bit of a clean inside. A lot of muck in there. Let's clean that up nicely. Just a bit of brake cleaner. Very good stuff this is. So firstly, we've got the little dust seal that goes in like that, and then the new bearings just here. These are sealed bearings, so in theory they shouldn't need greasing, because part of the problem is this one, it's had a load of grease in it, but what it does, because it's in obviously like soil, the soil sort of sticks to it and then sort of stays in there, and that's why we've just had to clean everything up. So it's probably better, you know, if you just use sealed bearings so that the soil can't stick as much in it. So we'll knock that in there. The easiest thing to do is just push it in with the vise like that. In it goes. Lovely. On first is this little black rubber seal, which goes on there like that. Next part is the hub we've just cleaned up with the seal bearing, and obviously that goes on there like that, but it's obviously very stiff, so we've got another tool to push it back on. So we've got this tool here that looks like a G-clamp. I'll open that right up, and then that fits in there like that. So it's a specially designed tool, and then this pushes it back on. So we'll tighten that up now. Alright. There we go. So where that hole is, that's obviously the grease nipple there, which shoves it through the centre of the shaft, which greases it, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to put the circlip back on, and then put the disc back on, and hopefully that should be right. So look, now that is got no play at all, whereas, oh no, it was this one here, wasn't it? So if we look at the disc, look, those back ones for the coulters are completely straight, like I've just been saying. And if you see, look, these front ones are slightly dished, so we're not changing the front discs. Look, they're all good, they're all right. It's only the rear ones and the coulters were changing. So if you were changing the front disc, you'd obviously just change the disc as well. But we're going to put the old one back on. All right, so that goes there. Right, put that in. You got it? Oh, there we go, sorry. Go on. We just want to make sure that these don't come out. So we're just putting a bit of Loctite around them as well, these new nuts. Sorry, these new bolts. Like that. Because obviously it takes quite a lot of hammering in the field. We don't want them to vibrate themselves loose. Like that. We'll just go around and torque them all up to make sure they're all right. But now look, that hasn't got any play in it at all now. Only literally a 5-minute job to change the bearing. So we've got the rest of these to look at. So we'll look at that and we'll look at them in a minute. But we're going to go to one of the coulters now and do one of these ones, because these, we have to undo these bolts and change the coulter, and we're going to change the rubbers in here as well, and we're going to put them in a different slot. Not going to believe this. We can just get this one in if we undo every single bolt at the bottom. So off you go. That's it, out. So turn it round a bit more. Oh, look at that one. That's no good. That's the whole reason we're going through this and doing it. Easy. Oh. So these are the coulters. You can see there, this one's not too bad, but there's a few of them. This one here is like quite badly worn, look, just there. So we undo this this just here. And, oh, actually, look, that's worn, so we'll probably have to cut that and then pull that off, and then, oh yeah, that bearing has had it. So same process again. We take the circlip off just there, because all the discs are the same design, obviously, but these are just the coulter discs. And then we get that in there, because obviously we would no way be able to get a impact gun in there. So off we go. And that's it, off. Nice and easy. Of course they make everything a different size socket, don't they? So to take the coulter off, it's these two bolts here. Get that in, off we go again. And the other one just there. We've got to keep these rubbers and washers as well. Just there like that, look. So on without dropping it. Oh, there we go, I dropped it. So that's off, that should just pull off now. Oh, just don't lose that one this time. And then that will pull off, like that. So there's the coulter. And then these little rubber bits just here, you can see, they sort of go hard and brittle. So it is a good idea whilst you're doing it to change them. So these are, oh, back in the light, look, that's brilliant having all these lights. These are the old ones, and these are the new ones, which we might as well put in for the price they are. We might as well just redo the whole lot. Something's worn the nut head out, so we can't get it off. So we're gonna have to cut that band with a grinder without trying to touch the pipe unless we replace the whole pipe. And then that just pulls off. Usually these can be an absolute nightmare to try and get off, but we're not too bad today. Oh, what was that dropped out? So that is the old one. You can see look, how worn it is, it's all starting to wear out. So that will be going in the bin, unless anyone wants these with these old discs. So these are the new coulters. You can see a lot more wearing metal. And then that little bit there that's riveted on, that's like a hard bit of steel, like a carbide tip or whatever. So that goes on back on there. I think we're going to go for the middle holes, but we set that up when we put the discs on. But there's two different types. There's right-handed and left-handed. If you look at those old ones there, these ones are backwards. So you need like half right hand and then half left hand, however many we need. I haven't counted up. Also here, we need to check these rubbers in here as well. I'm pretty sure these ain't too bad. so that there's no movement in there. You'll be able to see it moving left and right otherwise. These hold all these links together. Links there, then links to the back wheel. So it all follows evenly. What's this disc like? It's not too bad. Still wants doing. Just do the whole lot and forget about it. Right, so we've just gunned that back up. So now we're just going to put the circlet back on, which is just here. And that should just fit straight on. There we go, like that. So that's on. Now the disc can go back on now. Oh, that's right, the new disc. We're going to have new discs on here. So let's have a look at the new disc on it. Look at the difference in that wearing metal. We're going to change these levelling boards as well. So much better. Just have it all done. And then obviously when we go drilling for the first time, these are quite sharp in that. They'll penetrate the ground a lot better than what like these ones that are a bit worn out will do. So we'll get them on now, and then we're going to put the coulter on and set him up. So we'll put that new coulter back up in that pipe. Oh, that went in easy. Sometimes it's better to spray a bit of brake clean around it and shove it up so it slides in, then the brake cleaner like dries out. Or hairspray. Hairspray used to be a good one. Push it in so it's nice and slippy, and then like 5 minutes later it's like sets it, not solid, but it sort of seals it nice and tight. We'll put a Jubilee clip up back on there in a minute. So there's the new disc. We're going to put that back on here. Rubbers first. Oh God, why do I keep dropping everything on there like that? And then that comes around here, and we want to set. Usually we set them in those holes just there, like that. Yeah, that's about right, like that. If I put them in the other, if I put them in, let's take this off and just show you. If I put them in those holes, then the coulter sits slightly too low below the disc, so I want it in the next holes up. And then if I had it in those holes, this coulter sits too high up the disc. Whereas in that one, those holes we want them in, that sits just about right. So we'll put the new rubbers on there. Then we're going to put the bolts back on, do them up, put the Jubilee clip back on there, and that is the first one done. I just need to go get a load of bolts because I forgot to order those 2 bolts. But you have that, so that is set, so it's just touching the disc, so that any soil that goes on the disc, it sort of comes round, hits that, and then scrapes it off. Because if this isn't touching, the soil sticks to the disc, then can go round. Keep going round, so we want, this is like the scraper bit which wants to keep scraping and cleaning the disc, because the disc cuts the slot, and then this bit here puts the seed down the tube, and then the tyres behind pack it in. One of the next things we need to look at is the tyres, but we're probably going to have to do this in another video because this is another video in itself. So these usually have like tubes inside, and I like to take them out and use airless, so we use this stuff called Oco, which we fill it with, which is like, it looks like Fairy Up liquid. And then it goes around inside the tyre, and if you ever get a puncture, it seals itself, because as you can imagine, if you had 5 flat tyres, you've got to take all them off, and it's just hard work. So, got that to look at as well. We're going to check these pipes. We're going to have a look inside the tank. We're going to have a look at the fan. There's a lot to do. But yeah, that's the first part. We're changing the discs and the coulters and the bearings. So there we have a quick look around the Vaderstad refurbishment project that I'm currently doing. So any questions, just hit them in the comments. We'll have a look. And we'll have a look at a few other issues as well. So we're going to have to do this over like a 3-part video, because or else this video will be getting very long and you'll all be getting very bored watching it. So I'll do it, like I'll probably do a video now, and then a few videos time, I'll do another bit on the drill so I don't get bored of doing it. So, see you all in the next video. Goodbye.